Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and this is another wedding venue, part of my wedding venue series, which is no longer a mini series, but, you know, a big, good size series, and I'm really excited about it. Sorry about not having one for you guys last week. I was a bit busy with real life, so, yeah, I thought I would just do something that was really kind of intimate and small and, you know, easy on the eyes because of all the landscaping. So a garden wedding it was. And I actually was building this venue on the Myshuno garden, so the 50 by 50 in San Myshuno, but it was just too much. And I was trying to make something that was different than the botanical garden that I created back in January or something. I'll link that down below in case you're interested. But it was supposed to be like a New Year's Eve wedding venue before I even thought about making a series out of weddings. But yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's also available on the gallery. But yeah, so I was getting like really overwhelmed and, you know, just trying to do something different with that. And then my friend Sam, aka Harry, she suggested to build it on the Hare Square Park that's in Windenburg. And it's a 30 by 40, I think. So it's a bit smaller and it's more narrow than the Myshuno Gardens. But I really, really like how it turned out because it's very compact and I was really happy with kind of like the flow of it. But yeah, so here I'm building the ceremony area. So I really wanted it to be kind of like in a enclosed yet open space in the back of the park. So that way anything that's going on kind of in the front of the park, it won't interrupt the ceremony itself. And I did make this lot a lounge only because I've found that if you try to have a park, well, the requirements of a park is you have to have, you know, chess tables, you have to have playground equipment, which is fine. But if you're trying to make it into a wedding venue, it's kind of difficult. And there was really no room to hide the, you know, the extra stuff we don't really need. I could have made a basement, put all that stuff underneath, but the lounge is fine, you know. And of course, you guys can change it to whatever lot type you need it to be. I don't know. I think it works fine as a lounge. It's still a park in my heart, technically. And I really wanted it to be kind of warm lighting in the ceremony area. It looks really pretty at night. What you'll see at the end, I do kind of like a daytime shot as well as a nighttime shot, kind of like what I did for the barn wedding. And yeah, so this entrance area, it's inspired by different botanical gardens that I saw online, as well as the Dallas Arboretum. I lived in Dallas for like a year and a half or so, and they have this beautiful giant botanical garden there. And it's probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And if you do have a botanical garden in your area, I highly recommend that you just go and just kind of enjoy the scenery because it's beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. So some of the things that I added into this lot are inspired by the Dallas Arboretum, as well as some of the botanical gardens that were in Florida. I also lived in Florida for most of my life, if you guys weren't aware. I grew up there and they have quite a few gardens there. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this lot. I enjoy landscaping in general, so it's always a good time for me just to relax and put a bunch of flowers down on the lot. It's really nice. So here on the sides of the kind of entryway, I thought it'd be really nice to have like dining areas on each of those sides so that your guests can kind of, eat their dinner or their lunch, whatever time of day you might be here. And then in the spaces that are in between the dining areas, you have a little bar. And at first, I was trying to get away with not including like a restroom area because there's not a lot of space really. So I thought using these like bushes would be sufficient enough. But for a lounge, you are required to have a sink as well. So I was like, I'll just put a little shed looking structure on the side of the ceremony area. So, and I just left the bushes because I just like how they look. So here's the dining area, and I did kind of minimize the size of the fountain that's on either side of the entrance archway because I felt like there wasn't enough room to get around the tables. And of course, I had to include the fairy lights above the dining areas. It just makes it a little more magical, I think, at night. And I love them. They are a little difficult to kind of figure out how to place them just because they're so tall. And, but I did like how they look there because they kind of disappear into the trees. And as you can see here, I'm just kind of placing some lights around and you see a little bit of what it looks like at night. I felt like it was kind of dark around the bar areas, so added some lights in, the fencing there, and that's pretty easy to do. You just make sure you have move objects on, and then I used one of the kind of outdoor lights that normally go on the floor, and then use control, and I think it's 9 to raise it up, and it kind of just sits on top of the fence post. But yeah, so here's the little shed bathroom area. I wanted it to look as natural as I possibly could because it is kind of random and, not really, I don't know. I would have rather not have it, but it is what it is. And I tried to make it look as natural as I could with the rest of the lot. So as to not make it seem, like, oh, this is a bathroom. There isn't a dance floor in this lot for the reception after the ceremony, but there is a few stereos, so your Sims will still have music and they'll still be able to dance to their heart's content. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to be just going around and adding some more details to the lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.